We are back, and we got some questions for O'Connor, because we're about to mood matrix him.
Mood matrixing?
Yes.
Oh, with the cross thing. With widget.
Yes, with Widget. So now we're going to proceed with the therapy
And
session.
we forgot that, Crazy Pants Samurai has left the building
With Fulbright, or
Yeah.
Fulbright.
It's kind of scary.
I've seen my share of crazy trials, but this one takes the cake.
I like
Is it really the one that takes the cake? Like, his first trial, his mentor was found to be a murderer. Ooh. You won't believe this, but I used a body double. Seriously.
He's happy about it?
But look at the body double's disguise. It's just a mask. That wasn't the real me at the mock trial. That means I didn't almost lose. My body double did. I slipped out stealthily while my double took care of the trial. I had the run of the campus. In short, I'm the killer. Juniper's innocent.
What's he happy about?
I don't get it. His confession is overflowing with happiness. See, Athena's confused too. Maybe he enjoys thinking how his mouth breathers can't comprehend his genius. But this goes way beyond normal happiness. He seems to take an insane level of delight in his confession. Even a normal level of delight would be weird for a confession. Then again, he's not what I'd call normal. Hugh, why are you confessing? Who is this really for? I feel like that's the key to his out-of-control emotion. Oh, so maybe it's Juniper.
Like he's in love with her or something?
Yeah, that's probably what he says. Mr. O'Connor, yesterday you said that you didn't really care about Miss Woods anymore. Yeah. Yeah, well, Juniper reported my secret to Professor Court. His secret? Oh, the bride. She wanted nothing to do with me because I had disappointed her. That's why I don't care about her anymore. I was never trying to protect her. My confession was always about one thing and one thing only, the truth.
She's sweating bullets, yo.
Mm-hmm. Mr. O'Connor, you feel great happiness in the fact that you might help set Miss Woods free. So much so that it overshadowed all of your other emotions. What are you? I can hear it clearly now, Mr. O'Connor, the discord you've been trying to suppress. People don't normally feel like you do when you confessed. So Hugh really was trying to protect Juniper. Yes, I'm sure of it. Hugh's feelings for her are the real deal. Oh, 90%. But that means his confession is... Finally figured out the obvious, have we?
Who let you out of here?
Why? Prosecutor Blackwell, you're back. The confession was naught but lies, save for the part about being in the mock trial. Can we all agree now that the killer is the one in charge of the audio, i.e. the accused? Yeah, why couldn't you have taken a longer stroll? No, you haven't unraveled the genius of my body double trick yet. You can't be serious. Do you really expect us to believe you had a body double? Yes, I do, but if you think I didn't, then prove it. Heh. Either we quit here and Juniper is found guilty, or we play along with Hugh's delusion. Let's go with the least worst choice. But first, let me update his testimony.
Surprised?
Yeah, which you won't believe it. That makes sense. That wasn't the real me at the mock trial. That means I didn't almost lose, my body double did.
He's normal.
Yeah, that's interesting. I slipped out stealthily while my body double took care of the trial. I had the run of the campus. In short, I'm the killer.
Confused and sad.
Sad and happy. Juniper's innocent. So why is he still sad?
I think he's sad because he knows he's going to lose his freedom, but he's still happy because he's helping her.
Very well, yeah. It's interesting that it's kind of contradictory.
Maybe he's happy because his device is like,
No, but I mean, like, happiness and sadness are contradictory. Sure, interesting. But I wonder if which one of these two. Let's see. Mr. O'Connor, this. Nope, no, it's not. I take joy in my intellect, feel anger toward your superficiality. Suffer sadness at the world's ephemerality, and wonder at the universe's mysteries. Ugh. Wait, let me try that one again. Yeah, I almost suffer sadness at the futility of your efforts, but if you must. Happiness, since it was so big. I wonder if it's the one where he has no emotion. Like, you'd think you should be happy about that. Got it! Oh my god, I got it? I didn't almost lose you, say. Very odd. You exhibited happiness the entire time except during this statement. Arg. You don't know when to give up. Wait, now that I think about it. No, don't. Stop making stuff up. When I left the lecture hall, it was during Professor Mean's pre-trial speech. That's when I moved the body. I then slipped back in just before the verdict. So you're saying you were there the moment your double was about to lose? Yes, I was. Naturally, I wasn't happy when I saw that. In any case, I was at the far end of the lecture hall behind the screen. I figured no one would see me if I came and went through the doors there. Sipes, don't know. How much longer will you indulge him in this room? While it's true that none in the audience might see him go through either of those doors, the faculty seats on the balconies are a different story and have a splendid view. Heh, I thought you could do better than that. The lawyer's bench is on the right side when facing the front of the hall. I used the door on the right side near the lawyer's bench. Seriously, that means my movements were only visible to someone in the left balcony seat. But that seat was empty at the time, which is only natural. After all, it belonged to Professor Cord, and as we all know, she was already dead by then. This can't be right. An empty balcony seat on the left side contradicts this piece of evidence. Well, that's because that's Professor Means.
right.
Take that!
I have no idea where this contradiction is going, but I don't have any other moves at this point. Guess I'll just have to follow it and see where this takes me. And I think that's where we find out he wasn't there. Something suspicious. You said that the left balcony seat was empty, but was it really? I saw it with my own eyes. It was definitely empty. But what about this diagram? According to this, Professor Means was supposed to be seated in the left balcony seat. But if you left the lecture hall during his pre-trial speech, he would have been standing there at his seat addressing the faculties and students. And, well, yeah. Why did they switch those? Yeah, no, this can't be right. You do no one any favors by exposing the falsities of his confession. I've told plenty of lies so far, but this part is true, I tell you. There was nobody in the left balcony seat. You gotta believe me. It doesn't seem like he's lying this time. Okay, Mr. O'Connor, let's have you testify again, but this time don't spare any details. You got it. I'll repeat it as many times as you'd like. I mean, my ingenious escape act warrants repeating, considering I'm the real killer. No, you're not. All I really care about is whether that seat was empty or not. The second floor was deserted. Why won't you believe me? It's true, I tell you. I went out through the back door without anyone noticing. Then all I had to do was go through the empty audio control room. He was very sad at that, maybe because he was wishing Juniper was there. It leads into the hallway, so I was perfectly capable of moving the body. I think it's this.
Got it!
I detected powerful sadness and fear right after you said this part. It's as if you said something you shouldn't have. What's wrong with you? You shouldn't reveal a person's inner feelings for all to see. Mr. O'Connor, it's you who is revealing your inner emotions by the way you speak. Plus, I have a good idea about why you're feeling sad. You're a horrible person. Can't you just leave me be? You said that you went through the empty audio control room, but that's not true, is it? There was someone who returned from there once Professor Means finished his speech. And that someone who was in the audio control room was... Would it be Juniper?
Is it Juniper or that professor? I think it's Juniper.
Yeah, because she was supposed to be in the control room. Yeah, it's gotta be her.
Take that!
I know you realized there was a problem with your statement as you were saying it. That's why you felt so uneasy. If the audio control room really was empty, that would mean Miss Woods was roaming around the campus. Ag. Mr. O'Connor, if you really want to protect Miss Woods, just tell the truth. If you believe in her, revealing the truth is the same as protecting her. Juniper's innocent, that's the truth. But in this dark age of the law, the truth can be easily twisted to serve anyone's needs. When the end justifies the means, your only choice is to fight back with lies.
Who the hell's teaching these kids?
Professor Means, apparently. Hugh's heart won't hold out under this battle between truth and lies. Is there something I can do to make him recant his false testimony? I fear nothing now that I have lost everything. Go ahead, Prosecutor Blackwell. Cut me down if you wish. I thought you'd never ask. With you gone, we may swiftly proceed to a verdict. Oh boy. Yep.
He's already out running amok.
He broke out of his shackles again! Worst shackles ever. I don't want to be the poor accountant down at the detention center. Hugh O'Connor, in deference to your valor, I will limit your suffering with one clean blow.
Hold it!
Could you just wait one moment before you cut him down?
Silence.
Do not come between a samurai and his foe, Sykes don't know. Eek, I never learned about this in law school. Careful, prosecutor. Remember that shocking experience you had last time. Very well, Golden Boy may live for now. Yo, Apollo, good job. Enough already, Mr. O'Connor. Miss Woods would never want you to protect her this way. She values the friendship between the three of you more than anything. That's where you're wrong. She doesn't feel anything for me now. Hey, but what does it matter anymore? I might as well tell you everything. This is no doubt news to you, but I am not and never was a genius. Sorry, but I already knew. Me too! And don't forget me, though in all fairness, it was pretty obvious. I thought he was a genius at first, but the stuff he said was crazy. Alright, no need to rub it in. Just shut up and listen. It all started several days ago. I accidentally learned that my parents have been paying good money for my grades. But that's bribery. So the bribery wasn't Hugh's idea. All of my perfect scores were the product of cold, hard cash, not genius. Even worse, when I confronted my parents about it over the phone, Juniper overheard me. Oh my, what a terrible misunderstanding. I've been living a lie. I don't know what else there is to say. I'm no genius. I'm completely worthless. A perfect 0. Here. Even so, I still wanted to make it up to Juniper for disappointing her like that. That's why I wanted to clear her name by pinning the blame on me. I mean, she probably hates me now, so it'd be a relief for her to see me locked away. If you were trying to help her, then why did you testify against her? You were the ones who told me to tell the truth yesterday, so I thought if I did, it would help her. He wasn't trying to provoke us? It looks like we seriously misunderstood him in more ways than one. At the detention center yesterday, Junie was in tears when she opened up to me. But the truth is, the friendship between the three of them is still rock solid. If there was something that could help me prove that to Hugh. And we even have proof of our friendship. Yeah, as long as our friendship lasts, you can bet we'll be carrying him around. I know, what about that proof of friendship they mentioned? I wonder where or what it is. I didn't buy it. Oh, is that it? It's handmade, and there's only one like it in the world. Maybe it's... No, that's definitely that band around his neck. Mr. O'Connor, that band around your neck, that's your proof of friendship, isn't it? Proof of friendship? Is that anything like a proof of purchase barcode? In court, evidence is everything. That's why the three friends created friendship bands. It's the evidence that proves their friendship. Ho ho, how very interesting. And cheap. If they have doubts about their friendship, they can look to the proof they have on hand. That's why Mr. O'Connor's hand always goes to his neck when he's pressured. It proves he still has feelings of friendship toward the other two. It doesn't matter if I wear it, if those two... But they feel the same way too. I know they wear their friendship bands somewhere. Junie and Robin must both feel the same as Hugh, I just know it. Everything Hugh has said leads me to believe that. In fact, he may have also just told me that the others wear their proof of friendship. Where they're easy to touch, where they're hard to spot. Where they're hard... Is there...
I was gonna say, were they easy to touch or were they hard to spot?
Yeah. I mean, I guess because it was behind his collar, maybe they just... I think it's that. Oh, I know. They must wear them in places that are difficult to see. I have a feeling that's not it. Really? And where might they be? How about around the belly button or on the soles of the feet? That would be hard to see. How could they wear their friendship bands there? Oh, right. That's right, you're wrong. Ugh. So it must be the first one. All we have to do is think back to their testimonies, ready? Miss Newman holds her arm when pressured, and Miss Woods holds her wrist. I know Miss Woods very well. She would never abandon her friendship with you over something like this. Taking the blame for her will only succeed in making her terribly sad.
Oh. Robin, those bands of friendship that you made, just for the three of us. You may have forgotten about them, but not me.
Hugh!
Ah.
Hey, Hugh!
And to think, I should have known better than to doubt my best friends.
I didn't kill anyone. And I didn't have a body double. I didn't move the body, I didn't even see it. And it may look like I'm speed reading. Zen in the art of mastering the bar exam, but I haven't read a single word. Well, you could have fooled me. In fact, you did. Hugh. So, Miss Sykes, can I place my trust in you? I'm going to save Junie, so yes, you can place your trust in me. Then am I to understand that the witness is recanting his confession? Yes. A most roundabout trial. I must prefer the turnabout variety myself. Now we are back to the fact that there was but one suspect who lacked an alibi, which is, in the end, the truth you've been seeking this entire time. So we're back to square one. Now I'm exhausted and depressed. That probably doesn't matter at this point, but I might as well update the mood matrix. Does this mean... Further resistance is futile. The time for a verdict is nigh. Please wait. What sort of devilry are you up to now? What if our client wasn't the only one without an alibi? The trial would continue, right? Well, yes, I suppose it would. But after such a thorough investigation, does such a person really exist? Yes, we found someone. It may have seemed like a major roundabout, but Mr. O'Connor's testimony has cracked this case. There's no more noise. Hugh is telling the truth now. During the mock trial, the balcony seat opposite him really was empty, which now means there is one person unaccounted for. Besides Junie, the only other person without an alibi. Here we go.
Take that!
The balcony seat was empty. That much is true, isn't it, Mr. O'Connor? That's right. How many more times do I have to say it? So basically, Professor Means wasn't where he was supposed to be during the mock trial. Need I remind you, every last soul in the lecture hall heard him deliver his speech. I know, and that's not in dispute here. Now let me explain how a speech could be given from an empty seat. Pre-recorded?
You've already had an instance of that.
Yeah. Let's try that. What if the speech was pre-recorded? That's the only way the speech could have been delivered from an empty balcony seat. This Means objecting? Or no, Hugh? Wait, are you accusing Professor Means? That's insane. I mean, he's the one who gave me the tape recorder. Take this to the police. Tell them you found it. What? Really? Wait a second. Mr. O'Connor, did you just say that Professor Means gave that phony recording to you? Phony? The defense will refrain from hurling unsubstantiated allegations. Well, I said he gave it to me, but what do you mean it's phony? Wow, who could have seen this development? The voice shouting "You're a goner" as recorded on this tape was dubbed onto it using a line our client said in the mock trial video. Why, this is an extremely crucial piece of evidence. Professor Means gave Hugh the phony tape. If that's really true, then Professor Means has guilt written all over him. Your Honor, the defense moves to call Professor Aristotle Means to the stand. The seat was never empty. 'Twas but an oversight by our dullard of a witness. An inmate who was formerly a surgeon once told me something. He said it's often all too easy to overlook critical symptoms. Well, we're not going to overlook this oversight. If the speech was pre-recorded, the basis for suspecting our client would be shattered. Let's check with Professor Means and see whether the empty seat was a witness oversight. A verdict without first looking into that would be inconceivable. That's enough, both of you. Now here's my opinion on the matter. While a surgeon overlooking critical symptoms is a problem, a witness's oversight too must not be overlooked. Thus, as to the matter of whether Professor Means was or was not in his faculty seat, I believe we must ask the professor himself. I agree, Professor Means should be in the gallery today. Do as you please. Will you please state your name and occupation for the record? Certainly, I am Aristotle Means. I still find it funny that his glasses literally are just on the note, like... I don't know what the purpose is. I teach the lawyer course at Themis Legal Academy, and let me add that while I welcome any opportunity to assist with the trial. I don't care for this undue suspicion. Don't worry, Professor. We're just interested in the mock trial video right now. We just need to take another look at the speech you gave. Can we count on your cooperation in this? Very well. If that's all you're interested in, please proceed, Miss Sykes. We need to find some sort of evidence that shows the speech was pre-recorded. Alright, I believe we're ready. Let's roll the video. Good afternoon. I would like to start by thanking you for coming here today. The mock trial, the crown jewel event at the school festival, will begin shortly. When I was a student, I too could hardly wait for this day to come. Oh no, I've forgotten how long and boring his speech was. Wake me up once this is over. Ain't no fair. The experiences of our youth have a powerful and profound effect on our adult. Ah, you there. Wake up. Pay attention. Huh? Eek, I'm awake. I'm awake. Isn't that right, Your Honor? Huh? What? I'm awake too. Wide awake, see? He's not. Once again, our pure white Lady Justice will be watching over all of you today. Pay attention and you may make a difference one day. Now, let the mock trial begin. That is about it. One of my better speeches, if I do say so myself. I even saw some of our students with tears in their eyes. He's obviously not familiar with the phrase bored to tears. Listen, Sykes Dono, if you have subjected me to this epic study in tedium without purpose, Taka will feast on your tongue after I've cut it out. Yeah, eek! But you were asleep the whole time. Well, Miss Sykes, did you notice anything strange about that speech? Could I please hear that last part again?
Our pure white Lady Justice will be watching. I believe she's gold.
She's
white.
gold, yeah.
The broken one is in the office.
Right.
Hold it!
Found what we needed. Professor Means, I have only one question about your speech. Why does that last part we just heard contradict with this? Right here.
Take that!
The professor said the pure white Lady Justice would be watching over them. But the Lady Justice in the video isn't even close to being white. It's as good as gold can be. I'm not sure I can wrap my jaw around that to test its authenticity. I didn't say it was made of gold, Your Honor. Now, it's true that this statue was pure white, but it broke before the mock trial began. The one you see here is its replacement. Oh, well, that's a shame on every count. Ironically, this golden statue sticks out like a sore thumb compared to the white one, meaning the professor wouldn't have made a mistake in its color if he'd been present. It seems that I have caused some confusion, but it was merely an oversight on my part. The statue was in the middle of the room. How could you not know what it looked like? Well, I was in a balcony seat. Furthermore, the statue had previously been white. I'm afraid this isn't sufficient evidence of the speech being pre-recorded. We had our answer long ago. The accused was the only... There's got to be something that can prove that the speech was pre-recorded. According to the mock trial video, the speech started here and ended here. It was a little over 10 minutes, but I doubt anyone wants to be tortured again. It was only a little over 10 minutes. It felt like it went on forever. How'd you figure out how long it was? Easy, that's a timestamp to the top right. All you have to do is subtract the time the speech started from the time it ended. The speech goes from 10-minute mark to 12:35. Wait a second. I could swear I've seen the same interval of time listed among the evidence. Maybe there's a way for me to use the speech time to show that it was pre-recorded. Alright, let's find out where there's a time. It's not on the pictures, is it? No, that's 2 minutes. There it is, 10:35.
Take that!
I would like the court to take a look at this. And this is the voice print analysis that proves the voice on the tape recorder belongs to our client. Yes, but didn't we just establish that the voice on the tape recorder was a fabrication? We did, but what I'd like to focus on is the noise that is also there. Noise? Yes, the defense believes it resulted when the tape's previous recording was erased. And what do you hope to prove by that? The length of the noise is what's important. It's 10 minutes and 35 seconds in all. And what did the timestamp read at the moment Professor Means began his speech?
10 o'clock.
Yep, that would be exactly 10 o'clock. Now let's fast forward this long-winded exercise of boredom to the end. Okay, stop. The video timestamp now reads 2035. Based on this, we know the time it took for the speech alone. Right, subtract 10 minutes, so you got 10:35. 10 minutes and 35 seconds. Right, 10 minutes and 35 seconds, the same as the noise on the tape recorder. I assume you all understand what this means. Professor Means' pre-recorded speech had been where the noise is now.
Silence!
You seem rather confident considering this is a mere happenstance match of numbers.
Objection!
But is it really just numbers? The lab is continuing their study of the tape. So far, they found signs of overdubbing. But it's going to take a bit longer to recover the audio that was erased. The police are analyzing the noise as we speak. It won't be long until we find out what originally was there. Now I'm sure of it. The professor was trying to create an alibi with the recording by pinning the crime on Junie. Well, he's not going to get away with it. Not on my watch. Miss Sykes. Whoa! I believe you are well aware of my methodology. Even if Juniper were the perpetrator, I would vigorously defend her as per my word. And to that purpose, I offered to be her lawyer. Alas, look what's happened. All I've stated are obvious deductions derived from Evidver's sake, but now that you cast this blame upon me, I have no choice but to reveal the truth. Uh-oh, this doesn't sound good. I will now reveal the truth behind why I had to pre-record my speech before the mock trial. I, Professor Means, always say what I mean and mean what I say by all means. The defendant came to me with what she said was very important, and by necessity secret. She asked me to pre-record my speech and come to the audio room during the mock trial. Jennifer confessed to the murder and asked that I get her declared innocent in court. She also said I'd become an accomplice after losing my alibi to the pre-recording. But when I said I would protect Juniper, I meant it because it's the humane thing to do. Oh my, so you're saying the defendant threatened you? This has to be a lie. I mean, everything about it lines up too perfectly to be true. On this most consequential of occasions, let me be completely frank with you. Juniper has truly taken to heart my teaching that states the end justifies the means. I don't believe you. When she asked me to defend her, she said I must also prove her two friends innocent. Her two friends? The witnesses? Correct, Hugh O'Connor and Robin Newman. I was to ensure all three walked free. All three were to achieve their dream. That was the result Juniper was seeking. And she was even willing to threaten me, her own professor, to that end. Only you no doubt had high praise for her ruthless tactics. Yes, well, that's why I vowed to rigorously defend her despite her threatening me. There was a time when lawyers merely sought the truth if they wished for victory in court. But alas, those days are over. Now in the defense of justice, order, and all that is good, the end justifies the means. I am so sick of hearing that phrase. Though it truly grieves me so, I must tell you this. Forsake the truth if it's victory you seek. Steel yourself for this new courtroom reality. That does it. He's gonna regret dragging those dismal, depressing ideas in here. Since it's already surrendered to the dark age of the law, it's up to me to fight it. Why so silent, Sykes Dono? Something to matter. This is a court of law. It's no place for long-winded talks about idealistic principles. That's why I'm going to let the evidence do the talking. Let's not get carried away now, Miss Sykes. It will not do to have you attempting to discredit my doctrine. Do not force me to rectify the situation. What? No, go ahead and rectify it. Only if I lose and you win, that is. I doubt our client would have come to you with something like that. You have a point there. If only Professor Court had been alive, I suspect Juniper would have gone to her instead. So our client came to talk to you after Professor Court was dead. Let's go through this step by step, shall we? First, Juniper came to me that day. She asked me to pre-record my speech and come to the audio room during the mock trial. Are you suggesting it was our client who told you to fake an alibi? You have every reason to be surprised. I too was shocked when she told me that. Simply put, Juniper has a secret that she wished to protect that badly. Is he kidding me? That lie couldn't be further from the truth. The problem is, how am I going to expose it? It was an earnest request from an outstanding student. How could I possibly have refused? Did you consider that a threat? Yes, but it's now you to whom she has passed her demands on to. Miss Sykes, you must realize that you too are being used by Juniper. What? Your Honor, I ask that you too do not let her feigned weakness and innocence fool you. Juniper Woods is quite clever and extremely tough. And perhaps most important of all, she is a fervent follower of her teachings. Your Honor, the witness's testimony is nothing but an attack on our client's character. Very well, objection sustained. So be it. Nevertheless, the fact that she threatened me is immutable. She also said I'd become an accomplice after losing my alibi. How could you overlook such a threat? As a teacher, it's your duty to discipline students. Yes, well, perhaps I do have some serious reflection to do on this matter. I suppose it was just wishful thinking on my part. I wanted to believe that Juniper hadn't actually committed murder and that she hadn't meant to threaten me. Really, please do explain. Long had I waited for a student who would embody my teachings. Does the witness realize what he is saying? Surely you must see the true meaning of my words. I am merely staying true to what I teach, and my methods are but a reflection of the times. Oh wow, his way of thinking is really warped, but I haven't heard any inconsistencies yet. I wouldn't be so sure. Really? The more he tries to avoid logical inconsistencies in his testimony, the more likely we'll see inconsistencies between his actions and words. It is a dark age in which we live, and there is much I would like to say on the matter. When I said I would protect Juniper, this is the main thing to do. You were trying to protect our client? Yeah, right. He'll say anything to pin the blame on Junie. What a frightful look. I would ask that you not glare at me so. I have nothing but admiration for how Juniper was willing to go as far as to threaten me. That is why I am protecting her by any means possible. She has been a model student. Liar, you're trying to pin the blame on her. How am I going to show that what he's saying isn't what he's really thinking? You cannot possibly overturn my claim, so isn't it about time you admitted defeat? After all, if my unassailable logic is not true, then what is? If he thinks I'm going to give in to his pack of lies, he's got another thing coming. I'm going to find a hole in his story if it's the last thing I do. Even though he's rotten to the core, he's a total pro. I mean, that all made perfect sense. Yeah, but you can't believe a word he says. He's making this up as he goes along. He'll trip up on his own words yet. Yeah. Time to see how consistently the professor's testimony matches up with his actual actions. Let's see. So there were two statements when it seemed like Athena was maybe talking about evidence. which I think was the second and third one.
You saved?
Let me do that.
Oh, you're asleep.
You are?
Yes.
That's why I keep telling you, let me take the chair.
No.
It's so weird that, like, 20, 30 minutes in, you're falling asleep. It's truncating our time.
It's like rock my baby.
Well, that's why you need to go here. Well, then,
Hold it!
I'm gonna burn the recliner. The client told you to fake the alibi. Jim Brennan's secret. How can I expose it?
You feel rude.
Yeah. Let's see. Is it this one or the next one?
How could she that? Because that's absurd. He's an adult that's supposed to be an authority figure and like the wrong. Like, why would she confess to it and then ask for him to declare her innocent?
Yeah,
That's absurd.
it is. No, we don't have something that's literally like this evidence shows it's absurd. At least not that I can think of yet. This is where he tries to disparage the client. Okay, I think it's the fourth one, maybe. She also said I'd become an accomplice after losing my alibi due to the pre-recording.
Hold it!
How could you overlook such a threat? Perhaps I have serious reflection to do. I suppose it was just wishful thinking on my part. I wanted to believe. Whoops. I wanted to believe Juniper hadn't really committed the murder. Surely you must see the true meaning of the murder. I wouldn't be so sure. The more he tries to avoid logical inconsistencies in his testimony, the more likely we'll see inconsistencies between his actions. So the only thing I could think of here is that it wouldn't really be losing an alibi because she died the night before, so I almost wanted to say it was this.
Objection!
But it's not. Oh no! That's okay. If Juniper's guilty now, then how did we defend her earlier, which was later in the timeline? Retry from this scene.
Take the photo itself? It's her on the left hand.
It's true, the rest of it was...
Objection!
No! We may have to consult. You mind letting your slightly senior partner help you out a little now? If you insist. I find this statement suspicious. You should find the answer if you take a good look at the evidence. Oh, that's the last statement. Maybe it's a tape recorder here, because if it's humane, then why is he telling Hugh to deliver that tape recorder?
Objection!
There we go. So let me get this straight. You were trying to help Miss Woods. Ha, that's nothing more than a bald-faced lie. No offense, Your Honor. Such defamation of my character and your hair follicles, Your Honor, it is an outrage. Miss Sykes will clarify her statement, but leave my hair follicles out of it this time. Yes, of course, Your Honor. Now please take a look at this. The witness gave this tape to Mr. O'Connor. Then he slyly whispered, "Take this to the police and tell them you found it." There was no whispering, slyly or otherwise involved. I simply did that out of kindness. The tape contained our client's voice. In short, it is incredibly damaging evidence. Why would it even exist if the witness wasn't trying to pin the murder on our client? They say the road to hell is paved with good intentions, but not yours. You never had good intention, only lies to protect yourself with while blaming another. You, Professor, are the embodiment of the dark age of the law. This means subjecting? Yep. He looks so evil like that. Why, you dare call my teachings and methods lies?
Yeah, that's the definition.
What the? What? The Amos Legal Academy is a proud institution. It's the most powerful in the world. You'll never forget what true education and lawyering means once I'm through with you. Huh? Professor Beans, what's with your hair? Quiet, no talking in class. What? What? Eyes and ears up here, everyone. Homeroom is now in session. We will begin with roll call. Athena Sykes? Huh? Oh, here? Apollo Justice? I'm fine. Here. Fool! The proper response is here without any extraneous information. Ouch, here. Next, Your Honor. Here. C-class, that's the proper way to answer. Simon Blackwell. I said Simon Blackwell. Are you here or not?
You can fight with Hannibal Lecter. I'm not sure you're going to do this.
Yeah, there's always one, isn't there? Well then, I'll just mark you absent. Now get out of my class this instant. Get out? Very well, if that is your wish. Who am I to define my homeroom teacher? Is that such a good idea? Prosecutor Blackwell is free of shackles. Oh! Ha ha ha, it just so happens I was a member of my high school's disciplinarian committee. But is that really so shocking? Constabulary lapdog to teacher's pet. What a malleable mutt you are, Fulbright. Very good, Bobby. You just earned a gold star and a promotion to head disciplinarian. Now he is spinning the globe like a basketball. Why do I have the sudden urge to go to the nurse's office with a stomach ache? Pay attention, I am not the killer Juniper is. This will be on the next test, you had better be listening. But Professor, you created the phony tape to pin the blame on Juniper. Plus, you were the only one who could have moved the body during the mock trial. Athena, you disappoint me so, to think you would label me a murderer. Now pay attention, the murder occurred on the 23rd between 6 and 8 p.m. But I was already at home at the time, so how could I have been involved in this crime? That's a lie! Professor Means, can you really prove you had already gone home by that time? Can you prove that I was still at school? No, I can't. Yeah, you can. Hehehe, so you admit it. Well, you just earned extra credit for your honesty. But you have also earned yourself laboratory cleaning duties until you graduate. Ew, I do enough of that at the office. No way, man. I totally object, Robin. I can't believe I fell for the professor's silver-tongued lies. Why you? How dare you talk about your teacher like that? I'm not listening to you anymore, man. No way, no how. Now, I have a confession to make. You know those two statues that were on stage? I didn't make them all by myself. Statues on stage? Do I want to know where this is headed? I was able to finish one of them, but the last bell rang before I had time for the other one. So I asked Professor Means to make it for me. In other words, the professor was there on stage after the last bell. Right, and it would have been way past 7 p.m. before we could have finished. Professor Means was still at school. This is incredibly important testimony. The professor told me I'll take care of it. I thought my parents would let me be an artist if I said I'd made good statues myself. I'm so sorry for not telling the truth. Robin. Quick, somebody get this juvenile delinquent out of my sight. Simon, you're head honcho among the delinquents. Do something. Oh wow, the bird's attacking him? Sick. Well, this is a good place to stop. I'm pretty sure we're going to have to point out the fact that he was definitely in school, because we have pictures that are timestamped 601 and 603. This is probably him saying, I'll take care of it. So, we can prove that. Next time I'm taking the chair. Yeah. It's gotta be done.
It's so lovely, and it makes me sleep like last night, and I need to sit in the chair every day.
Yes, but you shouldn't be sleeping while we're playing Apollo Justice.
Do you know how many times you've fallen asleep while you've tried to do something?
When's the last time I fell asleep while we were playing?
Today?
No.
No.
Liar! Objection!